You
more.
do. You have to. And
And
that was one of my
that's but
biggest
guess
thing with
what?
coach. I kept telling him, I said, I know that there's, a financial piece, becoming an author, but I kept saying, coach, I'm not in it for the money. I want people to really see me, the real raw me. None of this is made up. This is real truth. And I told him, I said,
Absolutely.
my purpose is God wants real people. It's time
Yeah.
out for making up, and don't get me wrong, kudos to the ones that are writing stories, for fun
Hmm.
and want to, let people hear, well, that sound good. Let's read that. But people really need to know that people are out here going through, but they also need to know what survivors look like. They also need to
Absolutely.
know that if we continue to push and don't give up, because the storms are going to come, the weapons are going
Absolutely.
to form,
But they ain't
but with
prospering.
God, that's right, they're not going to prosper. They're not
Uh-uh.
going to prosper. And you have to surrender. You have to get out of
Yeah.
your way. And that was my biggest thing.
Oh,
I
you
was in
standing
my
in the
way.
way. Hmm.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
Well, I can say I'm one of those people too because I stood in my way for a long time, even though I had
Right.
people saying, "Hey, you needed to do this, you needed to do that." And then my
Hmm.
health took a turn for the worse. I had a stroke at 30, diagnosed with a brain aneurysm and Chiari malformation, lost my speech, lost my ability to walk, and all of
Jesus.
those things. But God said, if you trust me, I'll carry you through. But
Hmm.
you gotta trust me. And
Right.
I'm gonna tell you, it was days I'm like, God, look here. I don't
Yes.
know who child you think I am. And I
Right.
don't
Oh
know what
Lord.
you think I
Oh
got
Lord.
in me. But I'm
Right.
gonna trust you. If you give
Oh
me the
Lord.
strength to get
Mhm.
through today,
Mhm.
I'll be
Right.
good tomorrow. And when I
Right.
tell you, he has got me through to this point right here. And I was talking to my best friend yesterday. I was with her and I was telling her that last year was the first year since 2009 that I have not had an overnight visit in the hospital
My
since then.
God.
And I am
Jesus.
grateful, I am blessed, and I am highly
Yes.
favored. Even with
Yes.
me having issues with my breathing earlier last year, it was
Right.
really, really bad to where I was getting the steroid injections, I was getting the prednisone packs, I was doing the injections and all of that just to breathe. And
Mhm.
God still allowed me to go
Made
into
a way.
the ER, but I was
Oh
able to
my
come
God.
home the same night. So I did not have an overnight visit. And I'm
Right.
grateful that he keeps carrying me because I want people to understand I may not look like I got anything going on with
That's
me,
ooh,
but God shows you what you need to see when you need to
that's
see.
right.
I
He
don't look
will.
like what I've been
What
going
I've
through. I
been
don't look
through.
like what I've ever had going on. I don't
Ooh.
talk like I've had a speech issue. I don't do any of
Right.
that. And that's because God's grace and his mercy, he keeps
It's
me
keeping you.
walking.
That's right.
He's keeping me here because there's a divine purpose that's bigger than me. And just like you said, you didn't do this to be on social media, to do all of
Mm-mm.
that. I'm not a social media person. I might
Right.
post things here and there, but I'm not looking for fame. I'm not looking for
That's
fortune.
right.
I'm looking for what God has for me. And
That's
as
right.
long as He has me in the places and the spaces where I'm supposed to be, I told somebody this last year, and I stand by it now. My schedule is only open for appointments and where I'm supposed to be. And if it ain't on God's schedule for me, don't expect me to be there
That's
because
good.
that
I
ain't
love
on
it.
His
I
schedule
like
for
it.
me.
Wow.
Right, right,
Wow.
right.
So
That's
if it
good.
ain't on
That's
God's
good.
appointment book for me, baby, I ain't
Right.
going. So if you say
Hmm.
you didn't see me there or you didn't know why I didn't come, because it wasn't on God's agenda for me to be there. Because I'm
That's
only gonna
right.
be in places and spaces where He had put the appointment in the book for me, and
Right,
that's
right.
all I'm gonna do about that.
I
But
heard that.
what has been your biggest I want to say your biggest roadblock that you were able to overcome to actually get to this space?
Biggest roadblock.
I know you said you was one of those to where you didn't really want to step out, but what helped you to get out of your own
No.
way?
Uh,
Hmm.
I would say.